Picture this, it's 11 p.m. You and your spouse are in the middle of another argument, voices raised, hands waving, hearts racing, the same old fight about money, chores, or who forgot to take out the trash. But here's the twist. What if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old philosophy that can turn these heated moments into calm, constructive conversations? That's the power of Stoicism, and it's this secret weapon for a peaceful marriage. Think about the last time a small disagreement spiraled out of control. Maybe it started with a misplaced comment or a sarcastic tone. Before you knew it, emotions took over and logic went out the window. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Most marriage conflicts aren't about the problem itself. They're about how we react to the problem. That's where Stoicism comes in. It's not about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Outside, storms rage, criticism, frustration, misunderstandings. But inside, you're unshakable. That's what Stoicism teaches, to build inner strength so external chaos doesn't dictate your relationship. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, faced wars, betrayal, and loss. Yet they remained calm. If they could do it, so can you, especially in your marriage. Now here's the best part. Stoicism isn't some abstract theory. It's a toolbox of practical exercises you can use tonight. For example, ever heard of the pause? It's a simple technique where you stop, breathe, and ask yourself, is my reaction helping or hurting? That tiny gap between stimulus and response, that's where the magic happens. But wait, there's more. Later in this video, I'll reveal 3 Stoic exercises that can transform your marriage conflicts in minutes. One of them involves a trick from Roman gladiators. Yes, really. Another uses a journaling method so effective, even Navy SEALs swear by it. So, if you're ready to stop the blame game and start building unbreakable calm, keep watching. Your marriage is about to get a whole lot quieter and stronger. Click subscribe right now. Smash that like button if this resonated and drop a comment below. What's one small thing you were grateful for in your partner today? Let's flood the comments with positivity. That gladiator trick I mentioned? It's all about hitting the pause button, not on your remote, on your emotions. Picture this. Your partner says something that instantly lights your fuse. Your heart races, your jaw clenches, and boom, you're in a full-blown argument over who forgot to take the trash out. Sound familiar? Here's the brutal truth. In that millisecond between their words and your reaction, there's magic. The Stoics called it the gap. Your secret power to choose calm over chaos. Navy SEALs use this same split-second hack to stay cool under gunfire. If it works in life or death situations, imagine what it can do for your marriage. Step 1. Physical anchor, the how. When tension flares, do this. Freeze your next blink. Literally, hold your eyelids closed for 3 seconds while taking a deep nose breath. This triggers your body's brake pedal, slamming the brakes on adrenaline. Step 2. Mental reframe, the why. During that pause, ask one question. Is my reaction helping or hurting? This isn't about being right. It's about being effective. Like a tennis player resetting between points, you're creating emotional white space. Example, when Sarah felt criticized by her husband's messy kitchen comment, she used the pause. Result? Instead of snapping back, she calmly said, "I love your help finding a system that works for both of us." Game changer. Here's the kicker. Your pause isn't passive. It's a strategic power move. Ancient warriors and modern special ops know whoever controls the pause controls the battle. And your marriage? It's worth fighting for, just without the casualties. Now, before we dive into exercise 2, tell me, what's your biggest trigger moment where the pause could save the day? Type it in the comments. We'll use it later. You've mastered the pause. Congrats. But here's the catch. Even with perfect timing, your brain might still be stuck in the drama. That's where exercise 2 comes in. Think of it like switching cameras mid-scene. The same fight looks totally different from the director's chair. Ever been so mad about your partner's messy socks that you secretly draft breakup speeches? We've all been there. That tunnel vision is your enemy. The Stoics called it prososh, the art of zooming out. Here's how to hack it. The eagle view, why it works. When cortisol hits, ask, will this matter in 5 years? Most fights won't. Picture yourself watching the argument from space. Suddenly, dirty dishes seem cosmic joke. The role-play twist, how to apply. Mid-conflict, mentally swap places with your partner. What's their why? Maybe their nagging comes from caring. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. The gratitude reset, secret weapon. Humor me. Grab a pen mid-argument. Write one thing you genuinely admire about them. Did your anger just stutter? Exactly. Neuroscience shows gratitude literally rewires conflict mode. Pro tip, combine this with the pause. First you stop the explosion, then you switch lenses. It's like having emotional X-ray vision. BTW, the couple who tried this during a thermostat war. They're now laughing about it on vacation. The thermostat still isn't fixed. Some battles aren't worth winning. Now let's flip the script, literally. Conflict mode hijacks our brain. You know that moment when your partner says something and your pulse spikes. Your jaw clenches. Suddenly you're drafting a response instead of listening. Boom, you're in the anger loop. Here's the hard truth. Negativity bias is wired into us. One sarcastic comment erases 10 kind acts. But guess what? We can rewire that wiring with the gratitude switch. Here's how it works in 3 steps. Catch the spark. When tension starts, that eye roll tone, the whatever sigh, pause. Remember exercise 1. Then ask yourself, what's one thing I genuinely appreciate about them right now? Not abstract, specific. Maybe it's how they made coffee for you this morning, or how they're grinding at work to provide. Why it works. Neuroscience shows gratitude interrupts the amygdala's panic mode. It's like hitting Ctrl+Alt+Del on your emotional OS. Study. Couples practicing this during fights reported 34% faster de-escalation, University of California. Voice the flip. Say it out loud. Before we continue, I just want to say I noticed you emptied the dishwasher earlier, thanks. Watch their shoulders drop. The script flips from attack to ally mode. Metaphor alert. This is emotional jujitsu, using conflict's momentum to redirect energy. Like turning a shove into a dance move. Reset the board. Now revisit the issue. You'll speak softer, they'll listen better. Pro tip, keep a gratitude reminder note in your phone. Emergency ammo for heated moments. Real life example. Sarah and Jake were mid-screaming match about chores when she suddenly said, I'm mad, but I also see you're exhausted from staying up with the baby last night. Jake froze. The fight evaporated. They ordered takeout and cuddled. Warning, this feels unnatural at first. Your brain will resist. But here's the magic. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Your brain starts scanning for good instead of threats. That's the Stoic secret. Train the habit, and the habit trains you. Now let's dive into how this plays out in real life. Meet Sarah and Jake, a couple who turned a heated argument into a breakthrough using the gratitude switch. Picture this. Sarah's exhausted after work. Jake's frustrated about a messy kitchen, and boom, the tension erupts. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of firing back, Jake takes a deep breath and says, I'm grateful you made dinner yesterday when I was swamped. Sarah's shoulders drop. The anger fades. They're back on the same team. Why does this work? It's neuroscience meets stoicism. When you name a specific positive, you hijack the brain's threat response. Think of it like hitting the mute button on a blaring alarm. Suddenly you can hear each other again. The trick, be brutally specific. Not I appreciate you, but I noticed how you stayed calm when the kids were screaming. That's the golden ticket. Here's the kicker. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about rewiring your default setting. Every time you pause and name a gratitude, you're building a mental shortcut. like training a muscle. At first it feels awkward, but stick with it, and your brain starts scanning for good instead of threats. That's when the magic happens. Your fights shorten, your connection deepens, and suddenly you're not just married, you're married stoics. But here's the truth bomb most couples miss. Gratitude works like a charm until you sabotage it with these common mistakes. Ever felt that frustration when a small argument explodes into a full-blown fight? That's your brain's threat response, hijacking the good work you've started. Let's break it down. Mistake number 1, the but bomb. You say, I appreciate you cooking dinner, but you know I hate spicy food. Boom, you just erased the gratitude. It's like wrapping a gift in sandpaper. Try this instead. Seal the positive first. Your cooking always makes me feel cared for. Tomorrow, could we try mild seasoning? See the difference? Mistake number 2, the time trap. I'll bring it up later becomes never. Unspoken frustrations fester. Imagine a pressure cooker with no release valve. Eventually, it blows. Solution? Set a 10-minute grievance window right after your gratitude moment. It's direct but contained. Mistake number 3, body language betrayal. Rolling your eyes while saying thank you sends mixed signals. Our brains process non-verbal cues 12x faster than words. Here's the game changer. Pause, reset your posture, then speak. This isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. Every repair attempt strengthens your marriage's emotional immune system. Remember Sarah and Jake from earlier? They almost fell into these traps too, but spotting these patterns saved them hours of pointless arguments. Now it's your turn. Next up, we'll combine these fixes with 3 powerhouse techniques that make conflict resolution effortless. All right. Let us dive into the 3 STOIC exercises that'll turn your marriage conflicts into opportunities for growth. These aren't just theoretical, they're battle-tested tools you can start using today. First up, the pause button. When tension flares, hit mental pause. Close your eyes for 3 seconds, take a deep breath and ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Sounds simple, but here's why it works. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, calms down, letting logic take over. Think of it like choppy waters. You don't steer the boat during the storm, you wait for the waves to settle. Example, Lisa used to snap when her husband left dishes out. After pausing, she realized it wasn't about the dishes, it was her feeling unheard. Game changer. Next, the perspective swap. Imagine watching your argument from a third-person view, like a fly on the wall. What would you tell this couple? This creates emotional distance, reducing blame. Pro tip, write it down. The act of putting words on paper activates your prefrontal cortex, the brain's rational CEO. Finally, the gratitude interrupt. When negativity spirals, abruptly shift to thanking your partner for something tiny, even if it sees just thanks for making coffee this morning. This isn't avoidance, it's rewiring your brain to spot positives. Like training a puppy, you reward good behavior to see more of it. Picture this. Mike and Dana were mid-argument about finances when Dana suddenly said, "I'm actually grateful you care so much about our future." The tension melted. These exercises are your marital gym. The more you practice, the stronger your relationship muscles get. Ready to transform your next disagreement? Now let's wrap this up with one final STOIC superpower for those really tough days. Remember, you've got 3 game-changing tools. The pause button to stop emotional avalanches, the perspective swap to see the bigger picture, and the gratitude interrupt to flip negativity into connection. But here's the bonus move, the STOIC reminder. Your marriage isn't about winning arguments, it's about winning moments. Picture Sarah and Tom exhausted after a sleepless night with their newborn. Instead of snapping over misplaced keys, Sarah whispered, "This chaos, it's our love story." That tiny shift saved a day that could have spiraled. That's the power of framing. Imagine waking up tomorrow with this mindset. Fights feel smaller, laughter comes easier. You're not just solving problems, you're building a fortress of understanding. And here's the truth. Every couple has these tools, but only those who practice them get the results. Click subscribe right now. Smash that like button if this resonated, and drop a comment below. What is one small thing you are grateful for in your partner today? Let's flood the comments with positivity. Here's your final takeaway. Marriage isn't about avoiding storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain together. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and keep loving intentionally.